So what about the investigation of when I die, where am I going to go? It's an important one.
I've died a few times in this life.
So what I'm saying is that if you agree that this concept seems to make sense, that God is one, God is absolute, and that God sent out all of these messengers, prophets of God, then in Islam, to become a believer is very simple. You simply accept this notion, and you simply utter the notion that I believe that there's none worthy of worship except for God, and I accept that Muhammad is the messenger of God. So would you want to do that? Would you want to accept that? The God of Abraham is one, and don't claim things about God that he never claimed. God does not beget children. He is free from the need of having children. He is the creator, basically, of everything. So what I'm trying to say to you, Patrick, is that either the Christians are right, that Jesus is God, or the Muslims are right, that actually you can't say anybody is God except for God alone. And so that's why what we would do is we would respectfully encourage our Christian friends to say, look, the God of Abraham was one, the God of Moses was one, the God of Noah was one.
They might have been twins and they might have went their separate ways.
But what I'm saying to you is that all of the prophets said that God was one, without any partners, without any children, without any offspring. So what we're saying in Islam is that, look, let's just go back to the same teachings of all of the prophets, which is that worship nothing other than God alone. And so what I'm saying is that if you already sort of have these type of concepts, then you're the odd one out. You've already got three siblings who are Muslims.
Yeah, that's right. Well, they were born here and their dad was from Bangladesh.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I was born here myself. My parents are both in India, but we have many brothers and sisters. Either they are mixed race or actually they are. So your father was Bangladeshi?
No, my father was Irish.
Your father was.
And believe it or not, my mum was Irish.
Oh, really? Okay. But then your mum married.
Yeah, this was 1950. I was born in 73. And in 1973, I was born.
Okay.
She was good. I think my siblings, 1953, they were born, and I was born like 20 years later.
Okay.
So I'm 20 years.
Oh, so you're 20 years younger than all of you. Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. Wow. So what I'm saying is that if you agree that this concept seems to make sense, that God is one, God is absolute, and that God sent out all of these messengers, prophets of God, then in Islam, to become a believer is very simple. You simply accept this notion, and you simply utter the notion that I believe that there's none worthy of worship except for God, and I accept that Muhammad is the messenger of God. So would you want to do that? Would you want to accept that?
Not at this particular moment, I wouldn't lie to you. You had to think about things before
Yes.
you just jump in.
Yes, of course. But have you done any sort of investigation yourself about whether this is true or not, or?
Well, yeah, I've had a few
Conversations?
Conversations, premonitions.
With?
Premonitions.
Okay.
Yeah. When I was a young kid, I went to a school outing, and I went into this tiggy tent. You know what, the American tiggy tent?
Yeah.
And I went in there, I was perfectly all right. And then I fainted. No, I never fainted in my life. And when I came around, I was like, the teacher goes, are you all right? And I went, yeah, I'm at home.
Yeah.
It was like
hallucinating.
It was like
a hallucination or something.
It was like I was once upon a time, 300 years ago, I could have been an American Indian, and I seems how I went into this tiggy tent. It kind of touched my soul in such a way that I just fainted. When I came around, it was like, I don't know, it felt really weird. Very strange.
Well, we can have these type of experiences, especially if you faint and you just come around. You can have all sorts of experiences.
I don't know why I fainted. It's like
one of those things, I suppose. Yeah. But so what I'm saying is that in Islam, what we believe is that there is none worthy of worship except God Almighty, and that we believe in all of the messengers, including the last messenger, which is Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. So if you accept that notion, that actually makes you a Muslim. That makes you a believer. And the rest of the journey in terms of learning what are the components of the religion, how to pray and how to do these things, inshallah, we can help you with that. So would you like to?
Come and see you again.
Yeah.
Yeah, next week.
Where do you live? Locally?
I live in Kingsbury.
Oh, Kingsbury.
The Wembley?
Wembley.
Yeah.
Oh, so you've ridden the bike all the way down from
Yeah,
there?
well, it's electric. A bit
Okay,
cheap,
okay. So it makes it a bit easier for you.
Yeah.
Do you have a copy of the Quran, an English Quran?
Yeah, I have that.
Well, we've got a good translation. If you'd like that, it's free of charge. We'll give you a copy.
All right,
But
I've got a copy.
and we'll give you a card with our details. If you'd ever like to have a conversation, just a phone call or whatever, about what is it to become Muslim, or how do I become a Muslim, or any questions that you might have, please contact us and we'll be happy to.
So it's got a copy of the Quran inside. It's got a mini, so it's a nice, really good translation. It's got a mini biography of the Prophet, peace be upon him. It's got card details on here as well.
Thanks so much.
It's got an email address, so if you need to contact us, if you've got any questions.
Nice.
It was lovely meeting you, Patrick.
What's your name, mate?
Abbas.
Abbas,
yeah.
Patrick.
Yeah, it was really nice to meet you.
Lucky. What's your name?
Ayaz. Nice to meet you, Patrick. Take care.
Take care.
If you've got any questions or anything, you're more than welcome to ask while you're here.
All right, thanks.
The other thing, Patrick, is all I would say to you, brother, before you go, is that just as you took time to choose the bike that you wanted, and how powerful the battery was, and what the reviews were, whether it was aluminium or.
I had the bike for years, and
Yeah.
I just added the motor and the battery.
Well, it's brilliant, but I'm just saying it's an aluminium one, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So you chose that because it's lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's reasons why you chose this one. You did a bit of investigation, yeah?
A little bit, yeah.
So what about the investigation of when I die, where am I going to go? It's an important
Believe
one.
it, I died a few times in this life.
It's an important
I
investigation.
died a few times. Circumstances.
Yeah. Well, it can happen where the heart stops or something like that. innit? Yeah.
I had a cardiac arrest when I was 18
A
years.
car accident,
No, cardiac
a
arrest.
cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
So your heart actually stopped.
Yeah.
Wow.
Policeman saved my life.
Really? Gosh. It's amazing. It's amazing. Well, you're still here.
Yeah, I'm here for a reason.
What Allah's given you is that Allah's given you an opportunity, Patrick, to meet us today and get some information. Now, what you do with that information is up to you. But I would hope. Do you like reading at all, or you?
Yeah.
So read through it and contact. You'll find my details. Our email address. So if you want to speak to me specifically, you can do so. I can even call you or whatever is convenient for you. Right, nice to meet you, Patrick.
Be lucky, man.
Right.
Name again?
Abbas.
Sorry,
Abbas.
Sorry.
Just remember a bus.
Abbas.
Yeah, and you won't forget my name then. Every time you see a red bus, a bus. Oh yeah, a bus.
Abbas.
Okay, all right, okay.